Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and today's episode is one of these sort of fun episodes where I go through and go through an internet rabbit hole with you. Okay, now I'm sure we sort of all sort of done this before, where we were kind of browsing the internet and you come across something, and then you kind of scratch your head and go, "All right, like why? I mean, I think I can do something about that." And so you start typing some more in, and then each little piece of information you find is like, well, I didn't know that. Well, let me look at that again, and then you just keep going at it. And so I'm going to go through one of these with you about anime, all right? And to give you some, some story of something that again I didn't know about until recently, and maybe I'll share that with you. Okay? So before I begin, again, I want you to go down below, click like and click subscribe because any way you can help out to get the YouTube algorithm working. By all means, smash that like button again, and and that will definitely help things out. If you like to sponsor me financially, the super thanks button is on so that you can again put that on for me if you like. Also, we also have a Patreon and a PayPal available, links down below in the description there. I do have special episodes available to the subscribers. Those are basically episodes of content that I can't normally put on YouTube here. I'm just about finished recording and the next episode and getting, so I'm gonna have to edit that and put that together and put that on and make that part of the next batch of episodes that I'm going to release. And I got getting some video content and that kind of stuff from a lot of my mix tapes per se, or mix VHS tapes, if you will. I'm going to try to put those onto there as well because again, some of those clips and that kind of stuff are just sort of not available anymore since a lot of the stuff that's on TV broadcast doesn't exist unless someone actually physically recorded it and then has it, right? So again, I'm going to try to share a bunch of those with you. All right. Again, that's with the Patreon. So again, if you want to get into that, I do thank all my subscribers because that really does help things move along quite a bit. All right. So today's topic is the internet rabbit hole. Okay. So as we all sort of, I'm sure all of us have done, is we've gone onto the internet with one particular purchase in mind. In this case, I was deciding, okay, you know what? As I'm going through and making this, top 30 countdown again, that's sort of things that one of the things I'm working on. I'm going, this is sort of this great opportunity in time where I can go through and take a whole bunch of classic old animes that I did sort of watch, but I didn't have subtitles back in the 1980s and the 1990s. When I watched them the first time around. So again, I'm sort of guessing what's sort of going on, and sure, some of the shows are relatively simple. It's either the, oh no, the Earth is getting invaded by aliens. Hey, we've got this secret weapon robot thing that was gonna go out and beats down the enemy until the enemy figures out how this thing works, and then the Earth starts losing again, and then oh no, there's an upgrade, that the hidden sort of feature that's in this thing, and we use that to beat back the aliens, and then we win, sort of thing. A whole bunch of shows kind of fall in that category, but a lot of shows like that, or it's a Magical Girl show where some stupid thing happens, but I started making an Amazon wish list, okay, of all these sort of DVDs and movies that have recently come out. I mean, in the last, let's say, 10 years or so, of animes that have that of that era have kind of come out with translation. And so, I can go back in the days where I've been watching these episodes in like literally black and white, lots of static and lots of video interference, just because the tapes have been copied so many times over. We're talking about lucky fourth and fifth, sixth generation copied over from person to person. Getting these episodes straight in Japanese, no English translation, no subtitles or anything like that on these ones, because it's just the quality is just so poor. And these are like TV broadcast copies of really classically old shows, from the early 80s. And so now I can actually think, well, hey, they got a translation for it. They've, they've fixed them all up. I can now watch it in clean copy with a translation. It's great. It's enough time has passed that I've probably forgotten what most of the show is about. So it's a good time for me to go. Anyway, the show that as I'm going through making this list, I decided, okay, hey, I've noticed there's this thing called Creamy Mami that's actually available on eBay, and someone's got a copy of that on there. I thought, okay, sure, let's go and check it out. And again, I liked Creamy Mami because of the fact that the artwork was done by Kimitaka. Initially, of course, when I started getting episodes of it, I wasn't really sort of interested in the actual show itself because it's a magical girl type show thing. Very, very Urusura Tsura like in a way. And the other show that Kimitaka did that I think worked out better for me was, of course, Orange Road, because it actually had being even being a love story, it had enough weirdness, the Esper powers and that kind of stuff, and actual high school type of situations. Okay, because again, at this time I was a really big fan of Degrassi Jr., Northwood, all this kind of stuff. These high school dramas and that kind of stuff. And I thought they were good, really good. The OC was another one that comes to mind, right? So I thought these were really good because they said that it has lots of character development and different situations and that kind of stuff. And I thought that that's what really brought me onto Orange Road. And so there's these other shows like Creamy Mami, Pastel Pasha, things like that, which I kind of followed a little bit, but it wasn't that kind of show, magical girl show in a romance kind of thing wrapped in there. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go through it. Anyway, so I looked at that, and I noticed that they had a bunch of DVDs there, but I noticed it was only box 1 and 2 with the English subtitles, and then I couldn't see where 3 and 4 went, and so I started this quote rabbit hole, like thinking, okay, well, if eBay doesn't have it, let's go to Amazon and see if they've got it. So then this is where I started updating the titles onto my list. And then, so that, again, if you want to see what that list is and see what kind of things I have lined up or whatever, or hopefully I'm going to see if I try to get myself a copy of them to go and finally look at again, review them, and make another episode maybe like this for them. But anyway, so I started looking at it, and I noticed that Creamy Mami's got a few things there, and I'm quickly learning that how come 1 and 2 is really easy to get, but why is 3 and 4 so hard to get? And is there something special about it? So then I started actually, again, going down this rabbit hole. Let's see if we can find some more information about this Creamy Mami thing. And so I continue looking around, and I find out that, yes, back in 2013, a company called Soul Anime basically took the idea of, hey, let's get some classic animes, and instead of trying to outright trying to license these things, let's see if we can crowdfund it. And it's like, wow, that's a good concept. Here we have, some guy who thought of the idea, hey, there's obviously some people that are obviously interested in this show, okay? Let's say Creamy Mami. And they're willing to pay good money for this show. All we have to do is figure out how much can we get it from, license it from the actual, Japanese company, and then sort of work that in. And so, so going through some different clips and some news, and I find out that that's what they've done. And, and so in doing all this stuff, I realized, hey, I'm sure the original companies at the Studio Pierrot that are here thinking, wow, this thing came out in 1983. So these guys approached them in 2013. So 30 years later, okay? So these guys are probably long gone. They've totally forgotten about this show called Creamy Mami. And all of a sudden, out of the dark, these guys kind of come in going, yeah, this anime called, Creamy Mami? Yeah, you guys own it, It's like 30 years old. Would you be interested in licensing for something, okay? And I'm sure that these guys are going, Creamy Mami? I remember that show. Yeah, it's in our archive somewhere. Yeah. And then you look it up. Wow, that thing, I totally forgot about that. That's like 30 years old. And then all of a sudden, these crazy guys in the U.S. all of a sudden want to, license this thing? And how much are they willing to pay us? And then, okay, so looking up at a news article from the Anime News Network, it says basically Anime Souls campaign for Magical Angel Creamy Mami success with 24 hours to go. And it looks at the bottom there. They passed the a mark of $19,000. Okay, with 206 supporters. Okay, so that means you gotta think, right? Okay, right, $19,000. So obviously, it's gonna be a little less than that to license it, right? So because remember, $19,000 is gonna be like the amount to master and author the DVD, print the packaging, and the DVD boxes, mailing it out, and all this other stuff, right? Now, of course, you realize that they're not gonna make 206 copies. They're gonna probably make like probably closer to 400 or 500, right? So that way they'll have copies to sell to Amazon, copies to write stuff and that kind of idea, right? So that's where they're gonna make even more money, full pop, to sell to those guys, right? And then that's gonna be the profit on top, sort of thing, right? But let's say let's round up a little bit, $20,000, and there's gonna be 4 boxes, right? Because there's 51 episodes in the set, so they're gonna take that into mind. So you think these guys are gonna go up to Studio Parrot and say, "Hey guys, we want to license like Creamy Mami for like $80,000." Wow, these losers in the U.S. are willing to pay us $80,000 for a title that's 30 years old. I mean, geez, that's like money from heaven. Like, what the hell, right? These guys are that crazy. Sure, why not? It's like, that's money that they probably wouldn't have made otherwise, right? It's just totally out of the blue. Even if they made a 30th anniversary DVD, Blu-ray box set or something like that, they probably wouldn't sell that many. Make that kind of money, try to print off 5,000 Blu-rays or something like that. That probably wouldn't happen, right? But these guys in America going, yeah, $80,000, yeah, we can do it. So apparently they successfully fundraised $80,000, to get all 4 box sets done. And then shortly after, in 2015, according to the article, the company, went bankrupt or decided to close. And as part of the thing that of the closing, they had to destroy all the extra copies of all the anime they had, because if they had copies of it, it counts as inventory, and that inventory is taxable. Okay, so all the people who quote are backers and funders and that, because that would count as taxable inventory when the company liquidated and closed, right? Again, because they're closing, their LLC rights to all the titles disappear, so they can't hold copies of these DVDs that are unsold. So they had to destroy all the copies. So this is not only sort of the same thing that happened at A Division with Dunbind, but what it basically ends up happening is all the people who crowdfunded it obviously got their copies, so that they're happy, they're fine. The people who they sold their copies or copies to, but didn't sell enough copies to. So obviously, let's say the Amazons and the Right Stuffs and all that kind of stuff, they obviously sold lots of copies of box 1 and 2. Maybe not a lot of people wanted to continue the series from there, so basically box 3 and 4 they didn't sell a lot, but now they actually had to destroy all those copies. Those things are next to impossible to find. So now now that's what I'm finding, by going down this rabbit hole, that, okay, so a lot of people might have still a box 1 or box 2, but they can't get the rest of the series, right? There's like 50 something episodes on to this series. Box 1 and 2 will only cover the first 24 episodes. So, to get you need box 3 and box 4 to finish off the set. So this is sort of one of those things like going, okay, well, that makes it really difficult to finish and watch this series if I wanted to watch the series and get the thing. So then I started looking up more, as I'm finding out more and more about this, this series called Creamy Mami. One of the articles in the Wikipedia comments that this title is available online at such streaming services as, and they'll list off a whole bunch of different names. But one of them came right off the top of my, I've never heard of, called Tubi. And I'm going, well, that's kind of bizarre. What the hell is that? I mean, it's just probably one of those other kind of, kind of we stream everything kind of things like Netflix, Hulu, and everything else that is out there in the market. But this thing called Tubi, and I was like, okay, what the hell is this? So I go on there. So I punch up the web page for Tubi and go to the anime section and going, okay, hey, this is a pretty good lineup. I click on there, and the first thing right off the bat is Ranma, and I'm going, Ranma. That's a pretty long series. I mean, let's look into this. So I decided, okay, let's just click on it and see what they got. And sure enough, okay, yeah, they got RAM episodes. Okay, yeah, and then I'm gonna go see how many they are there. So we go to the season there. We click on that, and it's like, oh, hey, yeah, there's a whole bunch of different seasons. Now I remember RAM has like about 100 and something episodes. So let's go to like the last one here, season 7. And okay, all right, 141 episodes. So let's page ahead here and see how many they have here. And indeed, they have. Oh, okay, yeah, 151 episodes. That's that's where Rama's mom comes into the story. So that's not bad for 100. So they got like the entire series of Rama available to you. Okay. And it looks like you can play them all offhand. So this is like a really good, this looks very promising. And so we're going to see what other kind of have available here on the list of animes that they've got here. Okay, so going back to the list of animes here. Of course, they got Ranma. I'll page ahead here. All right, there you go. They've got, hey, they got Sailor Moon. You got the classic series of Sailor Moon. They also have Bikini Warriors. Yeah, there you go. Lots of girls in bikinis, lovely. The 12 Kingdoms. Okay, there's another kind of. There's Blackjack. So there's another one of those series that supposedly was supposed to be crowdfunded, like Creamy Mami. Okay, they have some Lupin the Third, Vampire Knight. Okay, that's pretty cool. Midori. Oh, hey, Tango Tenge. Hey, that was one of my favorite fights. That was really pretty good. All right. So, hey, that's some good classic animes in this list here. Also, Dot Hack Sign. Yeah, you go. Tales of Zestiria. There you go. Yoshi. Yeah, more Lupin the Third. Jungle the Code. Yeah, that's that's another funny one right there. Oh, personal there. That's kind of cool. So it's got a really good Monster Rancher. Oh yeah, classic. Rival for Pokemon Go. Oh yeah, there's Full Metal Panic, Virtual Fighter TV, Voltus V. There we go. Galaxy Express 39. There we go. Space Warriors Baldios. Hey, that's another one of those giant robot shows from the past. That might be very interesting. Agent Aika. There we go. That's gotta be cool. The highest panty shot animes out there for sure. Hey, there you go. Yeah, Stratus 4. So yeah, it's the all-girl jet fighter team. Especially the popularity of all the Top Gun stuff. 7 of 7. That was good. Naruto. Hey, that's the new movie. Okay, so that's pretty good. Yeah. So they do keep up with some of the newer stuff for sure. What else they have here? Oh yeah, there you go. Taroto. Yeah, that magical cat girl and everything. Cardcaptor Sakura. Oh, Kamen Rider Yuki. There we go. Sentai stuff. Cool. Hey, Megazone 23. That's Happy Console Game World loves that particular one there, so that's available. Hey, that's good. More Lupin the Third. Well, there you go. The classic reboot series. Yes, Blue Seed. There we go. Magical Knights Rayearth. Hey. What else we got down the list? There we go. Urusura, Beautiful Dreamer. Yeah, so there. Oh, Flame of Rekka. There we go. That's a great fighting series there. That's good. Yeah, that was a good choice there. Yeah, indeed. So you see, they actually do have some anime that's on there. So I'm thinking, well, what the hell is exactly this Tubi all about? How does it work and everything? So it turns out that Tubi is a division of Fox Entertainment. It's like Fox. I mean, I listen to Fox Sports all the time. I mean, I even remember the trailer. In the air, everywhere. The vast Fox Sports Network coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Network, where 15 minutes can save you 15% off your car insurance. Go to geico.com for a free rate quote. Okay, they're not a sponsor, but that's how the read works. But anyway, so the interesting that that's how when we're talking about advertising, that's how they get this in. So basically, they have all these movies and things like that and TV shows, and they basically play them with ads. So that makes them completely free. Not only is it completely free, you don't even have to log in. So you don't even have to supply them your email address and all that other stuff and make an account. You can just stream it right off their page, like right off the way it is. You just gotta, watch the commercials. And remember back in the Saturday morning cartoon days, it was like, I remember, we'll be back after these short messages from our sponsors, and then we're back to Robotech. Da da da. Things like that. It's just like, they were common in our day, right? So, the fact that we were able to get all this anime, with a few annoying ads, that's not a bad trade-off or something like that. So here I am, able to get all of Creamy Mami available on this service. Then get it absolutely free. So for all you people who sort of kind of interested in this show called Creamy Mami, maybe because you've followed Orange Wood and that kind of stuff, and you want to get into more of her kind of artwork with a kind of a illustrated sort of feel to it, have a look at this thing, Creamy Mami, absolutely for free. Check it out on Tubi, and maybe you might like the series and be able to go through it all. And it's a nice way to do that. So anyway, I just wanted to go through and tell you the story of what I went through to find out about this show called Creamy Mami. And it's great. That's a lot of these sort of older shows are going. Again, I'll probably do more on these classic shows and the merits of them as I continue along. So don't forget to hit subscribe so that when I get those episodes, you'll be notified when those come out. All right. So until next time, I will see you again.